The lights flicker, the bass drops, and instantly the room shifts. The crowd begins to move as one body, a rhythm that feels like home, even thousands of miles away from Lagos or Accra. Toronto has become one of those cities where Afrobeats isn't just music, it's a movement. But what most people never see are the invisible hands that make those nights possible, the brand partnerships that quietly fuel the culture. Afrobeats events are beautiful chaos. From the DJs spinning nonstop to the promoters managing logistics, every single piece needs to come together perfectly. But behind the bright lights and the endless energy, there's money, planning, and sponsorship. Nothing truly great in this scene happens without collaboration. That's where brand partnerships step in, not as outsiders, but as enablers of growth. In the early days, Afrobeats events in cities like Toronto were mostly underground. A few passionate Africans and Caribbeans renting small spaces, bringing speakers from home, and relying purely on community word of mouth. Promoters risked everything, sometimes putting their last savings just to create a night that reminded people of home. But passion alone can't cover sound systems, venue fees, or security. Something had to evolve. As the genre grew, so did the audience. Suddenly, it wasn't just Africans attending. It was people from every background. From students at York University to professionals working downtown. Everyone wanted a piece of the energy. That's when brands started to notice. Liquor companies, fashion labels, even tech startups began paying attention to this rising scene that was attracting massive crowds without mainstream media support. The smartest brands realized that Afrobeats represented more than parties. It represented a cultural bridge. It was global, vibrant, and youthful. It embodied confidence, identity, and connection. Partnering with Afrobeats promoters wasn't just advertising. It was investing in a lifestyle that was shaping an entire generation. When you walk into an Afrobeats event and see a brand's name on a step-and-repeat banner, or you get handed a custom drink made by a sponsoring liquor company, you're not just seeing a logo, you're seeing collaboration in action. The brand gains cultural relevance, and the event gains financial breathing room. The relationship works because both sides benefit. The brand connects with a loyal, energetic audience, and the promoters get resources to elevate production value. Toronto, with its multicultural mix, has become a perfect testing ground for these partnerships. The crowd is diverse yet deeply connected to the culture. When Burna Boy performs here, the entire city shows up. When a new Afrobeats brunch pops off, tickets sell out within hours. For brands, that's powerful. They're no longer just chasing visibility. They're joining something alive, something that speaks to real people. But for partnerships to succeed, authenticity matters more than anything. Afrobeats isn't a genre you can fake. The people who attend these events know when energy is real and when it's forced. A brand that tries to cash and without understanding the culture will quickly be rejected. The audience doesn't want exploitation, they want alignment. That's why the best collaborations are rooted in respect. A good example is when local fashion or beverage brands partner with Afrobeats event organizers who actually live the culture. The collaboration feels natural, like two creative worlds merging. The brand learns the culture's rhythm, and the culture gets new opportunities to grow. It's never about logos or slogans. It's about synergy. For DJs and promoters, brand partnerships open doors that were once locked. They can afford better venues, stronger sound, better lighting, and top-tier artist bookings. For the fans, it means a better experience. For the brands, it means deeper trust with a passionate community. It's a win on every level. Still, there's always a risk of over-commercialization. Some people fear that too much branding could water down what makes Afrobeat special. But it doesn't have to be that way. The key is balance. When brands come in with the right energy, not trying to own the culture, but to amplify it, they help it reach new heights. The best partnerships understand that the culture leads and the brand follows. What makes Afrobeat unique is its emotional power. It's more than beats and bass, it's a feeling. It's shared laughter, inside jokes, and the sense of belonging that fills a room when everyone sings along to the same lyrics. When brands align themselves with that feeling, they're not just promoting products, they're promoting joy. And in today's world, joy sells better than anything. Toronto's Afrobeats community thrives because it's built on relationships. DJs like AJ Styles, Magic Flows, and Havel know this well. They're not just entertainers, they're curators of experience. When a brand backs them, they're backing authenticity. That kind of connection goes deeper than traditional marketing. It builds loyalty. It makes fans feel seen. In truth, brand partnerships are the backbone of sustainability. Without them, many of these events wouldn't exist. Promoters could only do so much on limited budgets. Artists might not get paid. Sound quality might suffer. But when funding enters the picture, creativity has room to breathe. And when creativity breathes, culture grows. The future of Afrobeats in Toronto and across Canada will depend heavily on these relationships. Not on brands taking over, but on brands working with the people who've built the scene from the ground up. The goal isn't to turn the culture corporate, it's to give it the structure it needs to thrive. Every big cultural movement in history has had this stage, from hip-hop to reggae to dancehall. Afrobeats is no different. It's now at that moment where passion meets professionalism, where culture meets commerce, where energy meets opportunity. So the next time you're at an Afrobeats event and you see that a drink brand sponsored it, or a clothing company hosted the VIP section, remember, it's more than business. It's a sign that the world is finally paying attention. It means the culture has value. It means the music, the energy, the people, they've earned their place on the global stage. Afrobeats didn't come this far by accident. It came this far because people believed in it, invested in it, and nurtured it. And as it continues to rise, those partnerships will shape its next chapter. Not because the culture needs validation, but because it deserves amplification. The rhythm will keep spreading. The community will keep growing. And Toronto will keep being one of the cities where this movement shines brightest, all because brands, artists, and fans came together to build something that can't be replicated. So when you hear that beat drop again, when you feel that pulse running through the crowd, remember that there's more to it than sound. There's strategy, vision, and unity. That's what brand partnerships bring to Afrobeats, the power to make moments last. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe.